Make a decision. To choose something after thinking about it. I need to make a decision about my career. Have you made a decision yet? Take a break. To stop working for a short time to rest. Let's take a break for 10 minutes. Do you want to take a break now? Pay attention. To listen or watch carefully. Please pay attention to the teacher. Why aren't you paying attention? Make sense. To be easy to understand or logical. That explanation makes sense to me. Does this make sense to you? Take time. To need a certain amount of time to happen. Learning a language takes time. How much time does it take to get there? Have fun. To enjoy yourself. We had so much fun at the party. Are you having fun? Make money. To earn income. She makes a lot of money from her business. How do you make money online? Take a risk. To do something that might have a bad result. You have to take a risk to succeed. Are you willing to take a risk? Make progress. To improve or move forward. He's making good progress in his studies. Are we making any progress here? Take advantage of. To use a situation to your benefit. You should take advantage of this opportunity. Why don't you take advantage of the discount? Have a chance. To have an opportunity to do something. I didn't have a chance to call you back. Do you have a chance to meet tomorrow? Make an effort. To try hard to do something. Please make an effort to be on time. Can you make an effort to listen? Take care of. To look after someone or something. She takes care of her elderly parents. Can you take care of this for me? Have a look. To look at something briefly. Let me have a look at your essay. Can I have a look at that? Make a mistake. To do something wrong. Everyone makes mistakes sometimes. Did I make a mistake somewhere? Take part in. To join or participate in something. Many students took part in the competition. Would you like to take part in this event? Have an idea. To know or think of something. I have an idea for our next project. Do you have any idea what happened? Make plans. To decide what you will do in the future. We're making plans for the summer. Have you made any plans for tonight? Take notes. To write down information. Students should take notes during the lecture. Did you take notes in class today? Have trouble. To find something difficult to do. I'm having trouble understanding this question. Are you having trouble with your homework? Make a difference. To have an important effect. Small actions can make a difference. Does it really make a difference? Take a seat. To sit down. Please take a seat and wait here. Would you like to take a seat? Have an effect on. To influence or change something. The new policy had an effect on sales. Does coffee have an effect on your sleep? Make sure. To check that something is true or done. Make sure you lock the door before leaving. Can you make sure the lights are off? Take a break from. To stop doing something for a while. I need to take a break from social media. Why don't you take a break from work? Have a good time. To enjoy an experience. We had a good time at the beach. Did you have a good time at the concert? Make a phone call. To call someone on the phone. I need to make a phone call before the meeting. Can you make a phone call to confirm the booking? Take responsibility for. To accept that something is your duty or fault. You need to take responsibility for your actions. Who will take responsibility for this mistake? Have a problem with. To dislike or disagree with something. I don't have a problem with the new schedule. Do you have a problem with that? Make an appointment. To arrange a meeting time, usually with a doctor. I made an appointment with the dentist. Can I make an appointment for next week? Take action. To do something to solve a problem. The government must take action immediately. When will they take action on this issue? Have a feeling. To sense or suspect something. I have a feeling something is wrong. Do you have a feeling she's lying? Make a point. To clearly state an opinion or fact. She made a good point during the discussion. What point are you trying to make? Take a look at. To examine something. Can you take a look at this report? Could the doctor take a look at my arm? Have access to. To be able to use or get something. Students have access to the library all day. Do you have access to the internet here? Make a living. To earn enough money to survive. He makes a living as a freelance writer. How does she make a living? Take a vacation. To go on a trip for rest or fun. We're taking a vacation next month. When was the last time you took a vacation? Have a tendency to often do a certain thing. He has a tendency to be late. Do you have a tendency to overthink things? Make a deal. To agree on terms with someone. Let's make a deal that works for both of us. Can we make a deal on the price? Take advantage. To use a chance to benefit yourself. She took advantage of the free training. Should we take advantage while it's available? Have a word with. To talk to someone briefly, often seriously. I need to have a word with you about this. Can I have a word with you in private? Make up your mind. To finally decide something. It's time to make up your mind. Have you made up your mind yet? Take it easy. To relax or not work too hard. Take it easy this weekend and rest. Why don't you take it easy for a while? Have second thoughts. To start doubting a decision. I'm having second thoughts about the job offer. Are you having second thoughts about moving? Make a fortune. To earn a large amount of money. He made a fortune in real estate. Could this idea make us a fortune? Take turns. To do something one after another. We took turns driving on the trip. Can we take turns choosing the movie? Have faith in. To trust or believe in someone. I have faith in your abilities. Do you have faith in the new manager? Make eye contact. To look directly into someone's eyes. It's polite to make eye contact when talking. Why didn't you make eye contact with him? Take offense. To feel insulted by something. Please don't take offense at my comment. Did she take offense at the joke? Have an impact on. To affect something strongly. The storm had a big impact on the city. Will this decision have an impact on us? Make a fuss. To complain or react strongly about something small. Don't make a fuss over a little mistake. Why is he making such a fuss? Take a chance. To do something risky hoping for a good result. I'll take a chance and apply for the job. Are you willing to take a chance on this? Have a say in. To be able to influence a decision. Employees should have a say in company policy. Do I have a say in this matter? Make amends. To do something to fix a wrong you did. He wants to make amends for his mistake. How can I make amends with her? Take pride in. To feel satisfied about something you did. She takes pride in her work. Do you take pride in your achievements? Have nothing to do with. To be unrelated to something? This problem has nothing to do with you. Does this have anything to do with the budget? Make a habit of. To do something regularly. Try to make a habit of exercising daily. Should I make a habit of checking emails first? Take into account. To consider something when deciding. We must take into account everyone's opinion. Did you take into account the extra costs? Have a tendency. To usually behave a certain way. She has a tendency to forget names. Do you have a tendency to procrastinate? Make a comment. To say something about a topic. He made a comment about my haircut. Would you like to make a comment? Take charge of. To be in control of something. She took charge of the project immediately. Who's going to take charge of this team? Have an argument. To disagree strongly with someone. They had an argument about money. Did you have an argument with your sister? Make a complaint. To formally express dissatisfaction. I want to make a complaint about the service. How do I make a complaint to the manager? Take a stand. To publicly support or oppose something. It's time to take a stand on this issue. Why won't you take a stand? Have a bad feeling about. To sense something negative might happen. I have a bad feeling about this plan. Do you have a bad feeling about the trip? Make a request. To formally ask for something. She made a request for extra time. Can I make a request before we start? Take a break. To rest for a short period. We took a break after 2 hours of work. Should we take a break now? Have second nature. To become very easy after much practice. Driving is second nature to him now. Has typing become second nature for you? Make a scene. To behave dramatically in public. He made a scene at the restaurant. Why did she make a scene like that? Take advice. To listen to and follow someone's suggestion. You should take advice from your mentor. Will you take advice from me? Have a word. To talk briefly with someone about something. Can we have a word after the meeting? Could I have a word with you? Make an exception. To allow something different from the rule. The teacher made an exception for him. Could you make an exception this time? Take responsibility. To accept that you caused something. She took responsibility for the error. Will you take responsibility for this? Have confidence in. To trust that someone or something will succeed. I have confidence in your decision. Do you have confidence in the new plan? Make a profit. To earn more money than you spent. The company made a big profit this year. Did the store make a profit last month? Take a nap. To sleep for a short time. I usually take a nap after lunch. Do you want to take a nap now? Have a craving for. To strongly want something, often food. I have a craving for chocolate right now. Do you ever have a craving for spicy food? Make a wish. To silently hope for something, often on a special occasion. She made a wish before blowing out the candles. What did you make a wish for? Take a break from. To stop something temporarily. He's taking a break from acting. Should we take a break from this topic? Have a strong opinion? To feel very strongly about a topic. He has a strong opinion on politics. Do you have a strong opinion about this? Make a list. To write down items to remember. I made a list of things to buy. Did you make a list for the trip? Take precautions. To do something to prevent danger. Always take precautions when hiking alone. Did you take precautions before the storm? Have a meeting. To gather to discuss something. We have a meeting at 10 a.m. Can we have a meeting tomorrow instead? Make a contribution. To give something helpful, like money or ideas. He made a contribution to the charity. Would you like to make a contribution? Take a turn. To change direction. Turn left and take a turn at the corner. Which way should I take a turn? Have an opinion about. To think a certain way about something. Everyone has an opinion about politics. What's your opinion about this movie? Make a presentation. To formally show information to a group. She made a presentation on climate change. Who's going to make the presentation? Take a test. To do an exam. I have to take a test tomorrow. When do you take your driving test? Have an allergy to. To react badly to a certain substance. He has an allergy to peanuts. Do you have an allergy to anything? Make a reservation. To book something in advance. We made a reservation at the new restaurant. Did you make a reservation for tonight? Take medicine. To consume medicine for health. You should take medicine for that cold. Did you take your medicine today? Have a conversation. To talk with someone. We had a long conversation about life. Can we have a conversation later? Make a difference between. To treat things or people differently. You shouldn't make a difference between the kids. Why does he make a difference between us? Take advantage of someone. To unfairly use someone for your benefit. He took advantage of her kindness. Are they taking advantage of you? Have a habit of. To regularly do something. She has a habit of biting her nails. Do you have a habit of checking your phone often? Make a speech. To give a formal talk to an audience. The mayor made a speech at the event. Are you nervous about making a speech? Take a photo. To capture an image with a camera. Can you take a photo of us? Did you take a photo of the sunset? Have a good relationship with. To get along well with someone. I have a good relationship with my coworkers. Do you have a good relationship with your boss? Make a connection. To find a link between things, or to bond with someone. I made a connection between the two events. Did you make a connection with anyone at the party? Take a course. To study a class or program. She's taking a course in graphic design. Are you taking any courses this semester? Make a good impression. To cause people to think well of you. He made a good impression at the interview. Did you make a good impression on your boss? Take responsibility for one's actions. To accept the consequences of what you did. Adults must take responsibility for their actions. Why won't he take responsibility for his actions? Have a tendency towards. To lean toward a certain behavior. She has a tendency towards perfectionism. Do you have a tendency towards anxiety? Make a sacrifice. To give up something important for a goal. Parents often make sacrifices for their children. What sacrifice did you make for this job? Take a break for lunch. To stop work to eat. We took a break for lunch at noon. Should we take a break for lunch now? Have a positive attitude. To think optimistically. She always has a positive attitude at work. How do you keep a positive attitude? Make a budget. To plan how to spend money. We need to make a budget for the trip. Did you make a budget for this month? Take a vote. To decide something by voting. Let's take a vote on the new rule. Should we take a vote now? Have an interview. To be questioned for a job or study. I have an interview tomorrow morning. How did your interview go? Make a comparison. To look at the similarities or differences. You can't make a comparison between the two. Can you make a comparison for me? Take a shower. To wash yourself under running water. I always take a shower before bed. Did you take a shower this morning? Have a discussion. To talk about a topic seriously. We had a discussion about the new policy. Can we have a discussion later today? Make a difference in someone's life. To positively affect someone. Teachers make a difference in students' lives. How can I make a difference in his life? Take a break to relax. To pause work in order to rest. She took a break to relax after the exam. Why don't you take a break to relax? Have a meeting with. To gather with someone to discuss things. I have a meeting with my supervisor today. When can we have a meeting with the client? Make a call. To phone someone. I'll make a call to confirm the time. Can you make a call for me? Take responsibility for the team. To be in charge of a group's results. As captain, she takes responsibility for the team. Who takes responsibility for the team's mistakes? Have a great time. To enjoy yourself a lot. We had a great time at the festival. Did you have a great time on your trip? Make a promise. To commit to doing something. He made a promise to call every day. Will you make a promise to me? Take a deep breath. To inhale slowly to calm down. She took a deep breath before the speech. Why don't you take a deep breath and relax? Have a hard time. To struggle with something. I had a hard time finishing the project. Are you having a hard time with this? Make a guess. To estimate without being sure. I'll make a guess about the answer. Can you make a guess at the price? Take a walk. To go for a short walk. Let's take a walk in the park. Do you want to take a walk after dinner? Have a chat? To talk casually. We had a chat about old times. Can we have a chat sometime soon? Make a noise. To create sound, often unwanted. The kids are making a lot of noise. Who's making that noise upstairs? Take a break to think. To pause and consider something. He took a break to think it over. Should we take a break to think about it? Have a good attitude. To behave positively. She has a good attitude even under pressure. Does he have a good attitude toward work? Make a copy. To duplicate a document or file. Please make a copy of this contract. Can you make a copy for me? Take responsibility for your mistakes. To admit fault and accept consequences. You should take responsibility for your mistakes. Why won't she take responsibility for her mistakes? Have a baby. To give birth to a child. They're having a baby next spring. When is she having the baby? Make a fortune from. To earn a lot of money from something. He made a fortune from his invention. Could you make a fortune from this idea? Take a break together. To rest as a group. The team took a break together after the game. Should we take a break together later? Have a meeting about. To discuss a specific topic. We had a meeting about the budget. Can we have a meeting about this issue? Make a difference for. To have a positive effect on someone or something. This program makes a difference for many families. How does this make a difference for you? Take care of yourself. To look after your own health and well-being. Please take care of yourself while traveling. Are you taking care of yourself these days? Have an excuse. To have a reason for doing or not doing something. He always has an excuse for being late. Do you have an excuse this time? Make a fresh start. To begin again, leaving the past behind. She moved abroad to make a fresh start. Are you ready to make a fresh start? Take a different approach. To try a new method. We need to take a different approach to this problem. Why not take a different approach this time? Have high expectations. To expect a lot from someone or something. Her parents have high expectations for her. Do you have high expectations for this project? Make a confession. To admit something, often a secret. He made a confession about the mistake. Do you have anything to make a confession about? Take a stand against. To oppose something publicly. They took a stand against the new law. Will you take a stand against this decision? Have a routine. To follow a regular pattern of actions. I have a morning routine that helps me focus. Do you have a routine before bed? Make a fool of yourself. To behave in an embarrassing way. He made a fool of himself at the party. Did I make a fool of myself last night? Take notice of. To pay attention to something. Nobody took notice of the warning sign. Did you take notice of the change? Have a clue. To have an idea about something. I don't have a clue what's happening. Do you have any clue where she went? Make a name for yourself. To become well known. She made a name for herself in the industry. How did he make a name for himself? Take a back seat. To allow others to lead instead of you. He decided to take a back seat in the project. Should I take a back seat on this decision? Have an advantage over. To be in a better position than others. Our team has an advantage over the competitors. Does she have an advantage over the other students? Make a joke. To say something funny. He made a joke to ease the tension. Did you make a joke about the boss? Take a moment. To pause briefly. Take a moment to think before answering. Can you take a moment to review this? Have a tendency to overthink. To often think too much about things. She has a tendency to overthink small problems. Do you have a tendency to overthink decisions? Make a statement. To formally express an opinion or fact. The company made a statement about the issue. Did the police make a statement yet? Take a break from studying. To pause study time to rest. He took a break from studying to eat. Should we take a break from studying now? Have a soft spot for. To feel especially fond of someone or something. I have a soft spot for old movies. Do you have a soft spot for any particular food? Make a big deal out of. To react too strongly to something small. Don't make a big deal out of this mistake. Why are you making a big deal out of it? Take a vacation together. To travel and relax as a group. We're taking a vacation together this summer. Should we take a vacation together next year? Have a strong sense of. To feel something deeply, like duty or justice. He has a strong sense of responsibility. Do you have a strong sense of direction? Make a quick decision. To decide something fast. She made a quick decision to leave early. Can you make a quick decision on this? Take a chance on. To risk trying something or someone. The coach took a chance on the new player. Would you take a chance on this opportunity? Have a vivid imagination. To think of creative or detailed ideas easily. My little brother has a vivid imagination. Do you have a vivid imagination when writing stories? Make a mental note. To remember something without writing it down. I made a mental note to call her later. Did you make a mental note of the address? Take a long time? To require a lot of time. It took a long time to finish the project. Why does it take a long time to load? Have a knack for. To be naturally good at something. She has a knack for solving puzzles. Do you have a knack for languages? Make a comeback. To become successful again after a decline. The band made a comeback after years away. Will the team make a comeback this season? Take a hint. To understand an indirect message. He never takes a hint when people are busy. Can you take a hint, please? Have a meltdown. To lose emotional control suddenly. The toddler had a meltdown at the store. Did you have a meltdown during exams? Make a fresh attempt. To try again after failing. He made a fresh attempt to fix the engine. Should we make a fresh attempt at this? Take responsibility for the outcome. To accept the result of a decision. Leaders must take responsibility for the outcome. Who takes responsibility for the outcome here? Have a rough day. To experience a difficult day. I had a rough day at work today. Are you having a rough day? Make a contribution to society. To help society in a meaningful way. Volunteers make a contribution to society. How can students make a contribution to society? Take a leap of faith. To do something uncertain, trusting it will work out. She took a leap of faith and changed careers. Are you ready to take a leap of faith? Have a heart-to-heart. To have an honest, emotional conversation. We had a heart-to-heart about our future. Can we have a heart-to-heart sometime? Take a back seat to become less important than something else. Hobbies often take a back seat to work. Does your social life take a back seat to your job? Have a track record of. To have a history of doing something. The company has a track record of success. Does he have a track record of finishing projects? Make a long story short. To summarize a longer explanation. To make a long story short, we got lost. Can you make a long story short for me? Take a turn for the worse. To suddenly become worse. His condition took a turn for the worse. Did the weather take a turn for the worse? Have a falling out. To have a serious disagreement that ends a relationship. They had a falling out over money. Did you have a falling out with your friend? Make a fair point. To say something reasonable in an argument. You make a fair point about the schedule. Doesn't he make a fair point here? Take matters into your own hands. To act yourself instead of waiting for others. She took matters into her own hands and fixed it. Should we take matters into our own hands? Have a gut feeling. To sense something strongly without clear reason. I have a gut feeling this will work. Do you have a gut feeling about the result? Make a clean break. To end something completely and suddenly. He made a clean break from his old job. Is it time to make a clean break? Take a turn for the better. To suddenly improve. Her health took a turn for the better. Did things take a turn for the better at work? Have a way with words. To be skilled at speaking or writing. She has a way with words that captivates people. Does he have a way with words in interviews? Make a beeline for. To go directly and quickly towards something. The kids made a beeline for the ice cream truck. Why did he make a beeline for the exit? Take the initiative. To be the first to act on something. He took the initiative to start the project early. Will you take the initiative on this task? Have an ace up your sleeve. To have a secret advantage. Don't worry, I have an ace up my sleeve. Does she have an ace up her sleeve for this deal? Make a U-turn. To completely reverse a direction or decision. The driver made a U-turn at the intersection. Should we make a U-turn here? Take the blame. To accept fault for something. He took the blame for the broken window. Why should I take the blame for this? Have an upper hand. To have an advantage over others. Our team has the upper hand in this negotiation. Do we have the upper hand now? Make a splash. To attract a lot of attention. The new product made a splash in the market. Will this announcement make a splash? Have a hunch. To have an instinctive feeling about something. I have a hunch she'll say yes. Do you have a hunch about who did it? Take the lead. To be in front or in charge. She took the lead in the marathon. Who's going to take the lead on this project? Have a soft heart. To be kind and easily moved emotionally. He has a soft heart for stray animals. Does she have a soft heart for children? Make a world of difference. To improve something greatly. A good night's sleep makes a world of difference. Would more practice make a world of difference? Take the plunge. To finally decide to do something big or risky. They took the plunge and bought a house. Are you ready to take the plunge? Have a flair for. To have a natural talent for something. She has a flair for design. Do you have a flair for cooking? Make ends meet. To earn just enough money to live on. It's hard to make ends meet these days. How do you make ends meet on that salary? Have a blast. To enjoy yourself very much. We had a blast at the amusement park. Did you have a blast at the concert? Make headway. To make progress, especially after difficulty. We're finally making headway on the project. Are we making any headway with the client? Take a rain check. To postpone an invitation to a later time. Can I take a rain check on dinner tonight? Would you mind if I take a rain check? Have a bone to pick. To want to discuss a disagreement with someone. I have a bone to pick with you about yesterday. Do you have a bone to pick with him? Make light of. To treat something serious as unimportant. He made light of the accident. Why are you making light of this situation? Take the high road. To act morally even when provoked. She took the high road and stayed calm. Should we take the high road in this argument? Have your hands full. To be very busy. She has her hands full with 3 kids. Do you have your hands full at work? Take it for granted. To not appreciate something because it's always there. We often take our health for granted. Do you take your family for granted? Have a sweet tooth. To enjoy eating sugary food. I have a sweet tooth, so I love desserts. Does your son have a sweet tooth? Make the most of. To use something as well as possible. Let's make the most of our time here. How can we make the most of this opportunity? Take things personally. To feel hurt by comments not meant to be hurtful. Try not to take things personally at work. Why do you always take things personally? Have a change of heart. To change your opinion or decision. She had a change of heart about the trip. Did he have a change of heart about the offer? Take the wheel. To drive a car or to take control of a situation. Can you take the wheel for a while? Who's going to take the wheel on this project? Have a one-track mind. To think about only one thing. He has a one-track mind when it comes to football. Does she have a one-track mind about work? Make the cut. To be good enough to be selected. Only 10 players will make the cut. Did your application make the cut? Take a hard look at. To examine something carefully and critically. We need to take a hard look at our budget. Have you taken a hard look at the data? Have a heart of gold. To be very kind and generous. She has a heart of gold and always helps others. Does your grandfather have a heart of gold too? Make waves. To cause a stir or attract attention, often by being different. Her new policy is making waves in the industry. Is this announcement going to make waves? Have a sinking feeling. To feel that something bad is about to happen. I have a sinking feeling about this exam. Did you have a sinking feeling before the news? Make a mountain out of a molehill. To make a small problem seem huge, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. Are you making a mountain out of a molehill again? Take things in stride. To handle problems calmly without getting upset. She takes setbacks in stride. Can you take this news in stride? Have a tight schedule. To have very little free time. I have a tight schedule this week. Do you have a tight schedule tomorrow? Make peace with. To accept a difficult situation calmly. He finally made peace with his past. Have you made peace with the decision? Take a toll on. To cause damage or harm over time. The stress took a toll on her health. Is this job taking a toll on you? Have an axe to grind. To have a personal reason for complaining or arguing. He clearly has an axe to grind with management. Does she have an axe to grind with you? Make do with. To manage using what is available, even if not ideal. We had to make do with old equipment. Can you make do with what we have? Take the edge off. To make something less intense or unpleasant. A cup of tea will take the edge off your stress. Will this medicine take the edge off the pain? Have a green thumb. To be skilled at growing plants. My mom has a green thumb and grows beautiful flowers. Do you have a green thumb? Make a name for oneself. To become famous or respected in a field. He made a name for himself as a chef. How did she make a name for herself so quickly? Have an open mind. To be willing to consider new ideas. Try to have an open mind about this proposal. Do you have an open mind about change? Make small talk. To have a casual, light conversation. We made small talk while waiting for the bus. Do you enjoy making small talk at parties? Take a stab at. To attempt something, often without much experience. I'll take a stab at fixing the computer. Want to take a stab at solving this puzzle? Have a thick skin. To not be easily upset by criticism. You need a thick skin to work in this industry. Do you have a thick skin when people criticize you? Take a gamble. To do something risky, hoping for a good outcome. They took a gamble by investing early. Would you take a gamble on this stock? Have an upper hand in negotiations. To hold an advantage during a discussion or deal. Our company has the upper hand in negotiations. Do we have the upper hand in negotiations now? Make peace. To end a conflict and become friendly again. The two countries finally made peace. Can we make peace after this argument? Have a thing for. To be especially attracted to or fond of something. I have a thing for vintage cars. Does she have a thing for chocolate? Take a different tack. To try a different method or strategy. Let's take a different tack with this client. Should we take a different tack this time? Have a lot on your plate. To have many responsibilities or tasks. She has a lot on her plate right now. Do you have a lot on your plate this week? Take the bull by the horns. To deal with a difficult situation directly and bravely. He decided to take the bull by the horns and fix it. Are you ready to take the bull by the horns? Have a chip on your shoulder. To feel resentful or easily offended. He's had a chip on his shoulder since the demotion. Do you think she has a chip on her shoulder? Make a clean sweep. To win everything or remove everything completely. The team made a clean sweep of the championships. Did they make a clean sweep this season? Take things at face value. To accept something as it appears without questioning. You shouldn't take everything at face value. Do you always take things at face value? Have a level head. To stay calm and think clearly in difficult situations. She has a level head during emergencies. Does he have a level head under pressure? Take a backseat role. To accept a less important position or responsibility. He took a backseat role after retiring as manager. Would you accept a backseat role in this project? Have a soft spot for someone. To feel especially fond or protective of someone. My grandmother has a soft spot for my younger brother. Do you have a soft spot for anyone in particular? Take a moment to reflect. To pause and think carefully about something. Let's take a moment to reflect on what happened. Can we take a moment to reflect before deciding? Have a track record. To have a history of performance, good or bad. The company has a strong track record of growth. Does he have a good track record at his job? Make a fresh start in life. To begin life again differently, often after a setback. She moved cities to make a fresh start in life. Are you trying to make a fresh start in life? Take a vacation from work. To rest from job duties for a period of time. He's taking a vacation from work this month. Are you planning to take a vacation from work soon? Have a vested interest in. To have a personal reason to want something to succeed. He has a vested interest in the company's success. Do you have a vested interest in this deal? Make a list of priorities. To write down what's most important to do first. I made a list of priorities for this week. Did you make a list of priorities for the project? Take responsibilities seriously. To treat your duties with importance and care. She takes her responsibilities seriously at work. Do you take responsibility seriously in your job? Have a hard time believing. To find something difficult to accept as true. I have a hard time believing that story. Do you have a hard time believing him? Take a long shot. To attempt something with little chance of success. Applying without experience is a long shot, but try it. Is this plan really a long shot? Have a rough time. To go through a difficult period. He's had a rough time since the divorce. Are you having a rough time lately? Take a turn at. To have your chance to do something. Each player takes a turn at batting. Whose turn is it to take a turn at this? Have a vision for. To have a clear idea of future goals. The CEO has a vision for the company's future. Do you have a vision for your career? Take notice. To become aware of or pay attention to something. People finally took notice of the issue. Did anyone take notice of the change? Have a moment of clarity. To suddenly understand something clearly. He had a moment of clarity about his career. Did you have a moment of clarity during the trip? Make a habit out of. To turn an action into a regular practice. She made a habit out of reading every night. Should I make a habit out of journaling? Take a stand on. To express a clear opinion about an issue. She took a stand on environmental policy. Will you take a stand on this topic? Have a sense of humor. To be able to find things funny or joke easily. He has a great sense of humor. Does she have a sense of humor about herself? Take advantage of the situation. To use circumstances to benefit yourself. He took advantage of the situation to negotiate better terms. Are you taking advantage of the situation now? Have a sense of direction. To know which way to go or what to do next. She has a great sense of direction in the city. Do you have a sense of direction without a map? Take a moment of silence. To pause briefly out of respect, often for someone who died. They took a moment of silence for the victims. Shall we take a moment of silence now? Have a sense of belonging. To feel like you are part of a group. She finally has a sense of belonging at her new school. Do you have a sense of belonging here? Take it slow. To proceed carefully and without rushing. Let's take it slow with this new relationship. Should we take it slow on this decision? Have a sense of urgency. To feel that something needs to be done quickly. The team has a sense of urgency about the deadline. Do you have a sense of urgency about this task? Take a deep dive into. To examine something very thoroughly. Let's take a deep dive into the sales data. Can we take a deep dive into this topic later? Have a fresh perspective. To see something in a new and different way. A new employee can have a fresh perspective on old problems. Do you have a fresh perspective on this issue? Take a step back. To pause and reconsider a situation from a distance. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Should we take a step back before deciding? Have a strong work ethic. To be dedicated and hardworking. He has a strong work ethic that impresses everyone. Does she have a strong work ethic at her job? Take everything into consideration. To think about all relevant factors before deciding. We took everything into consideration before making the offer. Did you take everything into consideration before quitting? Have a strong bond with. To feel deeply connected to someone. She has a strong bond with her sister. Do you have a strong bond with your coworkers? Take everything in stride. To handle all difficulties calmly without stress. She takes everything in stride, no matter what happens. Can you take everything in stride during tough times? Break the ice. To make people feel more comfortable in a new or awkward situation. He told a joke to break the ice at the meeting. Do you know any good ways to break the ice? Cut corners. To do something poorly to save time or money. The company cut corners on safety to save costs. Why did they cut corners on this project? Hit the road. To leave or start a journey. We should hit the road before traffic gets bad. What time do you want to hit the road? Miss the point. To fail to understand the main idea. I think you're missing the point of the story. Am I missing the point here? Lose track of. To forget where something is or how much time has passed. I lost track of time while reading. Did you lose track of your keys again? Get in touch with. To contact someone. Please get in touch with me when you arrive. How can I get in touch with the manager? Keep an eye on. To watch or monitor something carefully. Can you keep an eye on my bag for a minute? Could you keep an eye on the kids? Run out of. To have no more of something left. We ran out of milk this morning. Did we run out of gas already? Catch up on. To do something you missed or fell behind on. I need to catch up on my emails. Can we catch up on the news later? Give up on. To stop trying to do something. Don't give up on your dreams. Why did you give up on the project? Look forward to. To feel excited about something in the future. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Are you looking forward to the trip? Put off. To delay doing something. Don't put off your homework until the last minute. Why do you always put off studying? Show up! To arrive at a place, especially an event. He showed up late to the meeting. Did everyone show up on time? Figure out. To understand or solve something after thinking. I finally figured out the problem. Can you figure out how this works? Count on. To depend on someone or something. You can always count on your family. Can I count on you for this? Deal with. To handle or manage a problem or situation. I need to deal with this issue right away. How do you deal with stress? Work out. To exercise or to be resolved successfully. She works out every morning before work. Did everything work out in the end? Point out. To mention or show something specific. He pointed out a mistake in the report. Could you point out where I went wrong? Set up. To arrange or prepare something. We need to set up the room before the guests arrive. Can you help me set up the projector? Turn down. To refuse an offer or request. She turned down the job offer. Why did you turn down the invitation? Bring up. To mention a topic in conversation. He brought up an interesting point during the meeting. Why did you bring up that topic? Carry out. To perform or complete a task. The team carried out the plan successfully. When will they carry out the experiment? Come up with. To think of an idea or plan. She came up with a great solution. Can you come up with a better name? Go through. To experience something, often difficult. He's going through a tough time right now. Have you ever gone through something similar? Live up to. To be as good as expected. The movie didn't live up to the hype. Did the restaurant live up to its reviews? Stick to. To continue doing something without changing. Try to stick to your diet plan. Can you stick to the schedule this time? Pull off. To succeed at something difficult. They managed to pull off a great performance. Do you think we can pull this off?